628-0205. You can also send us a message by email, and you can, it's journal@cspan.org, and our Twitter address is twitter.com, and then it's C-SPAN WJ. House of Representatives takes up the unemployment benefits extension, and you know the parameters of the debate well. I'd like to read to you a view of unemployment dollars from the Washington Times editorial page and have you react to their view of how it affects the system. They write, as long as President Obama is committed to treating the symptoms, not the causes of the economic malaise, recovery will remain elusive. No better example of this can be found than his regular insistence on extending unemployment benefits. It says, after the Senate complied with it yesterday, it said, left unsaid by what the President talks about is the impact of extracting $34 billion from the productive sector's payrolls to fund the extension of unemployment benefits. That's an amount sufficient for private companies to put 870,000 people to work at the median U.S. income, generating goods and services that would lift the economy as a whole.
So that's just mean. How in the world do we expect people to survive during this very difficult economic time if we don't provide some level of safety net and substance to help them weather the storm? Our values as a country, as a people, are not what you just read. There are millions of people out there who have nowhere to go. They have nowhere to turn to. They've lost their homes. They've lost everything. And so for us as a country to say that we can invest this money not with people who need this kind of safety net, but make those horrible false choices, I think speaks really to the worst in who we are. But I think we're better than that. And I think we care about people. And I think we should move forward. Hopefully today we'll pass unemployment extension in the House. And let me just say, finally, the Joint Economic Policy Institute indicated that for every dollar that we spend on unemployment compensation, we receive back $1.60 in economic output. And so for those who don't even care about people just making it through these hard times, just look at the type of economic benefits the country receives in general by investing in just helping people to manage through this very difficult time. So I think we've got to be more sensitive, and we've got to be more concerned about the common good.
We put two big issues on the table, so let's get to our viewers' phone calls. Beginning with Newark, New Jersey, this is Wayne on the Democrats line for Congresswoman Barbara Lee. Good morning, Wayne. You're on the air.
I would like to know, right, what percentage of the private sector hire minorities? Because I believe that you need government to help. And I would like to know what is the hold-up about passing the jobs bill?
Well, sir, the hold-up right now, unfortunately, is the Senate. If we could get enough votes to pass this jobs bill, there's several that are looming somewhere in the Senate, we would be able to move forward with our small businesses, our minority-owned businesses, our women-owned businesses, to help them begin to re-employ and employ people. Small businesses, minority-owned businesses, women-owned businesses create a lot of jobs in our country. And so the bills that are pending that would provide assistance, loan assistance, that would provide access to opportunities for our businesses, our private sector, should be passed. And so I'm encouraging everyone to please let the Senate know, let your members know that we want to work with the private sector so that they can create jobs. And we have some bills and some legislation that would do just that, but they're being held up right now, and so it's outrageous. And I thank you for that question, but I hope that we'll be able to report back soon that the Senate has passed some of our jobs bills to help small businesses to not only survive but to thrive and to create these jobs that are badly needed.
For the chair of the Congressional Black Caucus, next call is Elizabethtown, Kentucky, and this is Robert, Republican line. You're on the air.
Yes, I know, the jobs bill. I would like to thank Ms. Barbara Lee for, her stance on that. I'm a Republican, but, about the unemployment, you know, the unemployment benefits, there's a lot of people down here that are, you know, are really coming across hard times. And I think it's, you know, past disingenuous that Mitch McConnell and the Republican senators are deliberately holding up the jobs bill. You know, it's obvious what's going on here, and, you know, they're being helped by Fox News. You know, and I'm a Republican, and a lot of people are starting to wake up to the fact that the Republicans and Fox News are trying to do whatever they can to take down the president. And, you know, it's hurting the country in the long run, and I don't think that they see the damage that they're doing. It's you know, it's unbelievable, and, you know, I just hope we could work together and get a jobs bill passed. You know, the reason that it's not getting passed is politics. You know, the Republicans want to take down the president, even if it's, you know, even if Americans have to suffer. And, you know, I wish the media would just come out and say that, you know, quit protecting Fox News. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, and I'm very pleased that you told us you were a Republican, because we have said that this economic crisis does not discriminate. It's hit Republicans and independents, Democrats, Greens, those who have no party affiliation. And so we're asking for you and the public to communicate to the Senate that this is not a partisan issue. This is an issue of justice. It's an issue of fairness and equality and economic opportunity, and people need jobs regardless of who they are. And so hopefully people will wake up and let their senators know that we have to pass these jobs bills.
On the Shirley Sherrod story and Fox News, Howard Kurtz, as you know, is the media writer for the Washington Post, and he has a front page story in the style section today ferreting out Fox's role in the firing scandal. He writes, the White House spokesman and the Agriculture Secretary weren't the only ones offering regrets Wednesday to the lower-level official abruptly fired. Bill O'Reilly also apologized to Shirley Sherrod as well. But for all the chatter, some of it from Sherrod herself, that she was done in by Fox News, the network didn't touch the story until her forced resignation was made public on Monday evening, with the exception of brief comments by O'Reilly. And he further writes, Sherrod would be the only official ever dismissed because of the fear that Fox host Glenn Beck might go after her. You've heard that part of the story, that she received a phone call suggesting it would be on Glenn Beck that night if she didn't resign. And it suggests here that much, for all the focus on Fox, much of the mainstream media ran with the fragmentary story that painted the obscure 62-year-old as an unrepentant racist. I'm wondering about the discussion about Fox and whether or not you think it's fair.
Well, first of all, I think when you look at how not only Fox but other media outlets, but we focus naturally because we know how this has evolved with Fox, how many, including sometimes our government, is held hostage, mind you, by the fact that Fox and other media may run wild with snippets and misinformation and create a media frenzy based on half-truths, no truths. They can create what we just saw happen. And so I think it's really incumbent upon the public to ask for fair reporting, objective reporting, and to not try to use scare tactics and fear tactics to create an outcome that furthers some right-wing political agenda. And I think we have a responsibility to say that, because that's not what the First Amendment is really all about. People deserve to be educated. They deserve to be told the truth. And in fact, I think the public sees in this instance what happened when this media created this misinformation about this wonderful woman, where it was just the opposite in terms of her life and how she has actually been through a major transformation in terms of her personal life. She's a wonderful example of what reconciliation and healing and how you turn this process of redemption into really a way to help better the country and provide the help to people who have been shut out and discriminated against. And her whole life is about that. And this video clip tried to show that she was just the opposite. It is just such a shame and disgrace. And we have got to demand some objectivity in the media. The public has to do that because they were not told the truth. And I hope that the public is outraged by being duped.
For Congresswoman Barbara Lee, our next call is from Dallas.